The date is February 12, 1554. We are in the cold and dark dungeon of the Tower of London. Before you is a young girl, just 17 years old, her eyes tightly bound with a black cloth, dressed in pure white like a symbol of innocence. She scratches at the empty air with her hands, desperately searching for that wooden block where she will lay her head and await the executioner's axe. She is one of the most tragic figures in British history, Lady Jane Grey, the Queen who sat on the throne for only 9 days. So, how did this teenage girl become a pawn in a ruthless power struggle and get dragged all the way to the executioner's block? It all began when England's boy king, Edward VI, fell onto his deathbed. His ambitious advisors convinced the king before his death to leave the throne to his 17-year-old Protestant cousin, Lady Jane Grey, instead of his Catholic older sister, Mary. Young Jane was completely unaware of this political plot. She woke up one morning only to be told she was queen. However, this reign lasted for a mere 9 days. Backed by the support of the army and the public, Bloody Mary entered London and took back the throne by force. As for innocent Jane, she was locked away in this dark dungeon on charges of treason, and her death warrant was signed. The painter Paul Delaroche designed this scene with such drama that every time you look into the painting, a new detail wrenches your heart. The first thing that catches the eye is the pure white silk dress Jane is wearing. In the suffocating pitch black and grey atmosphere of the dungeon, this dress shines almost like a source of light. With this whiteness, the painter symbolizes that she is completely blameless, an innocent lamb sacrificed to dirty political games. The white dress amplifies the terror of the red blood about to be spilled just moments later in the viewer's mind. The executioner stands on the right side. There is no wild rage or hatred on his face. On the contrary, he is calm and detached, like an official simply doing his job. Notice that executioners of that era would have the victims' fur cloaks and jewelry removed so as not to stain their clothes and to ensure the axe could strike the neck cleanly. Jane's warm fur cloak has also been cast aside right behind her, left on the cold stone floor. The executioner is not just performing an execution. With that massive axe in his hand, he also symbolizes the inevitable end of this tragic moment. Now, we are looking at the most captivating and painful moment of the painting. Because Jane is blindfolded, she has completely lost her sense of direction. The executioner is ready, but Jane does not know where to lay her head. According to historical records, at this exact moment, Jane cried out in panic, "What shall I do? Where is the block?" By drawing her hands searching for the block in the empty air, the painter trapped that moment of helplessness and fear onto the canvas, as if freezing time itself. The straw beneath the block was scattered there to soak up the Queen's blood that is about to flow. No one in the dungeon can remain indifferent to Jane's helpless cry. The elderly priest and tower lieutenant right beside her, Sir John Bridges, approaches her with compassion. Gently placing his hand on Jane's arms, he guides her toward the executioner's block. The deep fatherly sorrow on the old man's face makes even the executioner in the dungeon feel how unjust and cruel this execution is. He is almost like an involuntary guide leading innocence to its death. On the left side are Jane's 2 loyal ladies in waiting. They are completely devastated by grief. One of them, sobbing, has collapsed against the cold stone wall in the background. The other has turned her back and tightly closed her eyes to avoid witnessing this brutality. Notice her lap. She is holding the jewelry she just removed from Jane's neck and head, namely that crown of queenship that brought her ruin. Through the figures of these women, the painter has carved into the canvas the very scream and rebellion tearing through the viewer's heart. This painting is a 500-year-old documentary of how the lust for power and struggles for the throne buried a young, innocent life into darkness. This masterpiece by Paul Delaroche still continues to wrench the hearts of viewers on the walls of the National Gallery, just like the very first day. To continue discovering these shocking realities and mysteries behind art with us, don't forget to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel. See you in the mystery of the next painting. Stay with art.